So over the past few games, Alabama's defense has really started to take form. This was a defense that through certain games of the year you could point to and say, hey, there are glimpses of what could be a really exciting unit. They just need to learn the scheme. The coaches have to get acclimated to the personnel, and once it comes together, it's going to be exciting to see. I would contend that here recently, it's came together. However, now Alabama has another setback they must overcome. With the injury to Q-Rob, a player who has been playing really good football at the Wolf position for Alabama, able to pressure the quarterback and generate sacks, Alabama must have someone step up, and today we're going to talk about a few names that you need to know that, quite frankly, have to step up for Alabama to be able to achieve all that they can. But before we can, as always, y'all know the drill. I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments. Y for yes, N for no. Do you believe Alabama has others at the Wolf position that are about to take off? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and comment down below. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And that Wolf position is a position where many people in the offseason were excited to see who would step up. When we look at the edge rushers Alabama has had over the years, there are some heavy-hitting names. Tim Williams to Will Anderson to Dallas Turner. There are guys making plays in the NFL right now, and Will Anderson's having an insane year. But then Alabama had to turn to someone new without Nick Saban. And that caused a lot of curiosity, not in a bad way. Alabama fans everywhere knew that the talent was there, but now you have someone new leading the team. You have someone new leading the defense, and you're without Dallas Turner or Will Anderson. That's where Q-Rob really stepped up. And he has been having a great season thus far. We've talked about it several times that if there was a guy that you could really point to and say, hey, this is what developing in college is all about, Q-Rob has to be up there. He has waited his turn, he has been diligent, he has worked hard, and that hard work paid off because he was getting better every single week, and he was a real force off the edge. When you're talking about win rates and quarterback pressures, he was winning a lot of reps, pressuring the quarterback, and even generating sacks. But with his injury, now Alabama has to find someone else. And we just talked about the hard work and dedication that Q-Rob put in. Just because he's not on the field doesn't mean he's not working hard, because an article came out saying he's taking it upon himself to help coach up these young guys, be an active force. And this is a guy that if he goes and plays on Sundays, some NFL team is going to be very lucky to have him. But if he decides to be a coach, I have no doubt that he would be an incredibly successful coach because of the tenacity he possesses. So I'm really excited to see what the future holds for Q-Rob, and certainly praying for a speedy recovery. But the fact that he's turned his attention to the young guys, I think bodes well, because football is a lot about camaraderie. You don't want to let the guy next to you down. Well, if a senior leader on your team goes down with injury and they're not letting it get them down, they're active, they're talking, they're leading through that, you want to play for them and for each other. One of the lucky things for Alabama is that this Wolf position is loaded with talented. You've seen Quay Russaw, who's played a lot of football this year, who's kind of a little bit of a hybrid guy, has edge rush abilities, but also has the abilities of a middle linebacker, and it's been awesome to see him grow, and I can't wait to see what he looks like as he continues to play the game. That is an incredibly talented person. We even talked after the game against LSU that Alabama was implementing packages, putting Jahad Campbell off the edge, rushing the quarterback. And that guy's so good, he can do it. And he can do it very successfully. And I certainly advocate for there to be packages for him to rush the quarterback. That way you can have Justin Jefferson, you can have Agent Zero and Jahad Campbell on the field at the same time, because that's a lot of talent. But my question is this: is he too valuable in the middle of that defense to put at the edge for a large portion of the time? I don't know the answer. I'm really interested in hearing from all of you, because as the season has gone on, you've seen Jahad Campbell really start to stake his claim as one of the best defenders in the nation, regardless of team and regardless of position. His sideline to sideline ability to sniff out a play and track it down was on full display against LSU. There were swing passes that the running back for LSU, who by the way was a track star in North Texas in high school, didn't get 4 or 5 steps before Campbell was there because he identified the play and reacted. Though I love Campbell off the edge, I don't want to take away from that ability. For him to track down plays on the perimeter, really be able to run free and make plays. I love packages with him there, but I think that you have to do it well. Which gets us into some names. We've talked about Quay Russaw. I think he's a guy that's going to see a lot more reps, and he has experience this year. He is a very capable player. But there is another name that Alabama fans everywhere have been waiting for this season. Unfortunately, he's had some injuries. He's had some setbacks, but according to the coaches, he's a go now. And that's Yhonzae Pierre. A 5-star edge prospect coming out of high school. This could be a time where Alabama needs Yhonzae Pierre to step up. Because if he can share the duties with Russaw, I think that could be a really dynamic duo at that position. Yhonzae Pierre has the abilities and the attributes to be a very successful pass rusher, but now it's about doing it in live action. And make no mistake, Mercer is not a give-me game. Alabama should win, but Mercer's a good football team. I love that he can come in against Mercer, against a good team, against a team that wants to stake their claim, wants to get an upset and go out there and play football, get his confidence up, get his timing up. I think that will bode really well for Alabama. We know Yhonzae Pierre has the ability, but Alabama needs that dedicated pass rusher now. And if they are able to have someone like Yhonzae Pierre or a Noah Carter, who may be a true freshman, but we've talked about him before, you're not going to find too many people in all of college football that can match the athleticism and explosiveness of Noah Carter. I've always said, once he gets into a strength and conditioning room at the college level and is able to learn, his future is incredibly bright. He might have to step in, play some football. And I'm really excited to see him do it because I know he's got the attributes, he's got the ability. But Yhonzae Pierre has been in the system. Yhonzae Pierre is not a true freshman. He's been in a college strength and conditioning room. And he has been a little bit banged up this season, so we haven't gotten to see what he can do. In my opinion, him and 4 are going to be the guys that have to step up. Alabama needs them to step up, and they both have the ability. That's the positive thing. So I'm really excited to see it. Now, before we get out of here, I already know many people are going to ask, what about Keon Keeley? Well, my only question with Keeley, it's not about ability, but it's about the fact that this staff has had him transform his body to play a different position, and he's been learning that new position. That doesn't instantly happen. That takes time. Would he be able to slot back into Wolf where he previously came from before they moved him from Wolf to Bandit? I don't have the answer there. But if he's able to do that and do that at a high level, watch out, because that means the guy is about to burst onto the college football scene. But for Alabama, somebody's got to take the reins, because you had a guy that has displayed unbelievable work ethic and tenacity go down, and not only does he have those attributes, he's been highly productive on the football field. Someone has got to match that productivity, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Russaw, what Yhonzae Pierre, what Noah Carter, or possibly Keon Keeley can do to supplement that loss. Like I said, if I had to guess, I don't think Keeley would move back from Bandit to Wolf, but it's going to be fascinating to see what happens. I can't wait to hear from all of you. Hop down to the comments, let me know what you're thinking. That's it. See ya.